when you're ready.
Hi, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us today. Calah, thank you so much for taking the time. Last time we spoke was before the holidays and before the movie came out. And we just want to say congratulations to you and everyone on this film because it has truly become a worldwide phenomenon. So without further ado, I'm going to throw it over to some of our journalists here who are excited to talk to you. And they have a bunch of questions. So our first question is going to come from Ashley Saunders from Ashley & Co.
Hi, Calah. It's so nice to meet you.
Hi, nice to meet you too.
Thanks. So I heard you have a big sweet tooth like me, especially when it comes to chocolate. You actually had the opportunity to eat some chocolate on the set. Like, what was that like? How much did you end up eating? Did you have a favorite? Because I feel like I would have been Keegan-Michael Key, like roll me out at the end of the shoot.
I definitely liked all the chocolates. My favorite, the only one that I really got a chance to eat was the silver lining. That's the one that I ate over and over and over again. And it was so good. But there was also a teacup at the end of the song at A World of Your Own. Me and Timmy are eating like a teacup, or we're drinking out of it, but we're eating it too. And it's like crazy because that tasted so good also. And we had a chocolatier on set. She made all the chocolates. She like handcrafted them. They tasted absolutely incredible. And they looked beautiful too.
Yes, they did. And I'm just jealous that you got all the good chocolate, but it's fine.
Thank you so much, Ashley. Okay, our next question is going to come from Jana Seitzer from Whiskey and Sunshine.
So keeping on the topic of chocolate, because that feels appropriate, Calah, you and Timothy got to go swimming in a chocolate river, and you did some other really cool stunts with like the balloon in the air. But that chocolate river, I think, was maybe my favorite. What were you actually swimming in? Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah. The first time we did it, we were actually sitting down in a big like tub of, it wasn't chocolate. It was like lotion. It was like brown lotion. So that was a good thought, but it was definitely not chocolate the first time. Second time, we weren't in the chair. We were squatting. And we were like squatting and going under the chocolate. And that time it had some sort of real chocolate in it because it smelled like chocolate. So they definitely did it better the next time.
Thanks.
No problem.
Our next question is going to come from Chase, who escaped from school to come speak with you today. Chase, take it away.
Okay. So I know that you got to eat a lot of chocolate, eat a lot of candy, but there were a bunch of props on set, right? So, if there was there any props you really loved, you really wanted to keep, and you got to?
There wasn't, I mean, I kept my headband from my costume. That's the only thing that I kept. But I loved all of the props. I loved Timmy. I loved Willie's cane. I loved his hat. I wanted to take that. He took his whole coat. He took his whole Willy Wonka coat, and I was like, that's so cool that he got a chance to keep his coat. But all the props were wonderful. And some like decorations, like in the chocolate shop scene, you would think is real, but it's not. But you're like, I mean, at first you wouldn't think it's real, but they look real. So you're like, are they real? Are they not real? Can I eat this? Can I not eat this? That's how confusing it was on set. Everything looked edible.
So you really wanted to like keep the hat, but you couldn't?
Yeah. I wanted to keep the hat, I wanted to keep the cane. I feel like that was the most iconic thing. I would like to keep that chocolate bar too, like the chocolate like box that he has. That's a really memorable thing also.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that was it. Okay.
I'm sure the cane and the hat are sitting in a Warner Brothers museum somewhere.
I know. Yeah, probably.
For the rest of us to enjoy. Okay, the next question is going to come from Alexis and Alexander from the Lopez triplets.
Hi, Calah. My name is Alexis. What did you love most about your character in the movie?
I definitely love how strong she is. She's a very strong character, and she knows what she wants. I feel like her and Willie's relationship is really cool because she's the parent. She's like, okay, you do this, and like Willie's kind of like the child, and like she teaches him how to read and all of that stuff. I definitely like that about her, and I also loved playing her.
you. I loved your character in the movie.
Thank you so much.
I feel like your character was the character that kept everything on track. And I loved seeing that. I love that you were like a strong female, young voice who just kept everything rolling. I feel like Willie would have just gone off the rails 100
Yeah,
times.
exactly. I feel like
Pulling it back
Willie's
in.
in his own little world. I feel like he's in his own little world, and Noodle's there to like bring him back to reality. Like,
Absolutely. And your character does a beautiful job, and you do a beautiful job with it. You make it very believable and likable. Our next question is going to come from Robin Davis from Ron the Magnificent.
Hi, Kayla. My family and I love this movie. So fun and whimsical. I was wondering if you could share with us a little bit about what was the training and rehearsal process like for these big musical numbers?
good question. Well, we first started off with 10 weeks of no filming, just rehearsing. And I didn't have a lot of dancing to do, but I did have a lot of singing to do, definitely. So I would do a bunch of vocal things, vocal stuff, vocal singing. I can't speak, but all the time. And I used to be kind of nervous because I mean, like I was singing, I had never done anything this big before. But I remember walking into the rehearsal rooms and seeing everybody rehearse their numbers, and it's just so cool to see. I watched Timmy do a actually in that scene right there, he's kind of doing a little tap dancing thing, and I watched them rehearse that, and I was like, Timmy, you can dance, you can sing, you can do everything. He was like, no. I was like, really? Of course you can. But yeah, it was fun watching everything and being a part of this.
Well, you have a beautiful voice, very talented.
Much, thank you.
Great. Our next question is going to come from Annika from the Mommy Factor.
Hi, thank you for being here. So in the movie, Noodle is helping, Wonka on his quest. But if you yourself had to go on a quest, what would it be for, and who would you take with you?
Ooh, on a quest, what would it be for? I don't know. Probably I would love to get a quest to like find something. I'd love to I'm a very good person. I love to like go on a scavenger hunt, probably something like that, where I like find the big prize in the end or find the chest of gold at the end of the rainbow, probably something like that. But I don't know who I would bring with me. If I could only bring one person, I would probably bring my sister. But if I could bring like 4 people, I would probably bring my whole family. Yeah.
Thank you so much. Our next question is going to come from Mike Lee from That's It LA.
Hi, Kayla. My question is kind of about preparation as well, but what was the preparation like for you, as this was Noodle is an original character, and where she's also a character of color and that plays a prominent role?
It was very cool being able to be a part of this film, but being an original character, so I definitely had that flexibility, which was good because I didn't have to copy. Well, of course I wasn't copying, but I didn't have to like have the same characteristics like somebody else. So I got to make it my own. And one thing I actually really relate to Noodle a lot, not the whole like not being, I had to like kind of step into that part of not being loved and all of that. And one thing that I used to watch to kind of like get me into that mindset was watching Annie. I watched that movie a couple of times, and that's actually one of my favorite movies also. So I kind of got to like feel how Annie felt and all of that, and it kind of helped me get into that kind of mindset.
Okay, thank you.
No problem.
Great. Our next question is going to come from Diane Sullivan.
Hi, it's Diane from 3 Decades, 3 Kids.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. We had spoken before. I had asked you last time about the giraffe and all that. My daughter's mad because I wouldn't let her stay home from school, and she really wanted to talk to you too. But our question was, what was your favorite and least favorite part during filming?
Okay. My favorite part was definitely being able to be on set. One thing that I love is just being on set. I love just being with everybody. I love being there with all the directors, producers. I love community. I love just being happy but I love working also. So I'm like working and I'm having fun, but it didn't feel like I was working at all. And I just love that set environment. That's one thing I really love about being on set. One of the least things that I probably don't like about being on set is not being able to eat hot chocolate every 5 seconds, because there was like, I wanted to eat chocolate all the time, because I mean, like, everything looked edible, so I was always hungry. And, and I was just like, can I have some chocolate, please? And they're like, no, we don't have no chocolate on standby right now. I was like, okay.
And now you can't go like 2 steps without hearing the chocolate song
Oh,
everywhere.
yeah. Exactly.
Okay, thank you and congratulations. We absolutely love it. Thank you.
Okay, we have time for just a couple more follow-up questions. So if anybody has, please raise your hand, but I'm going to throw it right back to Ashley. Ashley, if you have a quick follow-up question for us.
I do. So I feel like we'll be returning to Wonka in the future. I just have a really good feeling about that. So what do you think Noodle's going to be doing when we see her again?
Definitely gonna have a lot of books. She's definitely gonna have a lot of books. She's a big fan of books. She's definitely gonna be reading. She's definitely not gonna be in those clothes anymore. She's definitely gonna have some better clothes, better hairstyle. I mean, she's gonna have it all. And yeah, I mean, like, I think we'll see an older version of her and a more sophisticated version. She's like now got what she's been wanting for a long time. So she's happy now.
I love that. Thank you.
I love that too. I such an emotional moment when you and the Noodles character and her mother reconnect. Like,
Oh yeah.
I was surprised at how emotional I felt by that and how wonderful it was. We have time for one more question. I see Chase raising his hand. Chase, what is your question? You can kick it. You can end it for us.
So you know that part where I know how when somebody said that or how you said that when you went like in the chocolate, you weren't actually in it, you were like sitting on something. Well, how did the chocolate get on you? Like, how did it get on you? And what is on you? Like when it shows them like paint, like is it like paint or like what is it that they put on you for that?
Yeah. So they had it. How they had it is they had it so they could drain it out. So they would like put so much chocolate in there, just a little bit of chocolate to make it look like it's rising all the way up, only up to our ankles. Then they put it a little bit higher to make it only up to our knees. And then a little bit higher, so it's up to our stomach. And then we would kind of sit in there, and then they would bring it all the way up to the top, and we would kind of have to like sit down a little bit to make it look like we were actually going under and actually swimming. But what we were actually sitting in, it was not chocolate the first time. The first time we did it,
Yeah.
it wasn't chocolate.
Yeah, but like what did they put on you so it looked like chocolate?
It was kind of like a lotion. It was like brown lotion. It was very weird. But they said it was edible, but that we shouldn't eat it. And I was like, okay.
Yeah, okay. Thanks.
Well, thank you all so much for joining us today. Thank you so much, Calah, for taking the time. I think everyone here loved the movie. Tell everyone they can own it on digital. They can get it next week on DVD or Blu-ray or whatever works for their home. But definitely, as Willie says, it's not the chocolate that matters. It's the people you share it with. And I think this movie is the perfect movie to share with everyone you love. So thank you guys so much for joining us and taking the time.
Thank
Bye,
you.
everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks so much. That's a cut.